What is up, everyone? Crunchy Frog here, and today we will be going over Infinity Ward's brand new blog post detailing everything that we can expect in Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2. Now, at the time of recording, this is just a couple of days before the launch of Season 3, so we won't have some of the bug fixes and more intricate details that usually get released after the update goes live. But for now, we'll be going through Infinity Ward's blog post detailing all the major stuff to come and kind of my thoughts on the matter. As always, I will be linking the full blog post below in the description so you guys can kind of read everything more at your own pace later. But we'll just hit all of the biggest points. Again, just kind of give my thoughts as we go through. Overall, I think this is going to be a pretty good season. It looks like there's a lot of content for multiplayer for a change, so I'm actually pretty hype about that. There is some controversial stuff that was announced, so we'll go over that as well. But as always, guys, if you would like to see more content like this, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. I try to cover all of the latest news for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone and DMZ and everything like that here on the channel, as well as some COD discussions and commentaries and stuff like that, as well as some Let's Plays. So if this is the kind of content that you're interested in, make sure to support the channel and hit that subscribe button to be notified when more videos go live. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. So we'll skip over some of the intro and story outlining and everything they do. So just a general overview for Modern Warfare 2 itself, the multiplayer. Obviously, gunfight is back, and we'll kind of delve into that here in a minute, but they do say the gunfight is back with 4 maps, and even the new Gulag from Warzone 2.0 will be one of the gunfight maps. So again, we'll get more into that later, but that's obviously a massive addition to the game that we've kind of been waiting for. Everyone loved it in 2019, so I'm happy to see that back. They are bringing 3, yes, that's correct, 3 brand new 6v6 maps and 2 new battle map locales. So we are getting Paleo's Lighthouse, the nighttime map, which we'll go into more detail later, kind of interesting, but called Black Gold, as well as another core multiplayer map that I do believe is called something Fishery. Again, we'll get to that later in the video. And then obviously the 2 new battle maps. So for me, who has played a decent amount of Invasion and Ground War, I do like seeing them add more of those maps, even if, yes, it is just a chunk of the Warzone map and it's kind of low effort content. I'm still glad to be getting them and see some of those locales, even if it is just to grind up some sniper rifles or long shots, stuff like that. Still fun. And then finally, obviously, some new Spec Ops mission, which is actually really cool. So another, it sounds like survival mode at Hafid Port will be coming, as well as obviously a new raid episode within the season. So next section kind of talks a little more detail about gunfight. Obviously, I'm not going to go too much detail of what gunfight is. Basically, it's 2v2, more tactical. If you die, you're dead, no respawn type of deal. Super tactical, fun to play with a friend. It came with Modern Warfare 2019 and was a very, very popular mode. So I'm super happy to see it's back. Again, this expands on the experience. Something that I think should have been there at launch, but regardless, the game feels just that much more full and fleshed out now with this addition. So obviously we will get into the various maps that they're giving. Again, 4 to start. And this season, obviously, I think they'll probably add more going forward in later seasons. But we have Alley, which in the initial trailer that they released, a lot of people thought was Seatown. And a lot from Modern Warfare 3. So a lot of people were excited, myself included. Turns out it's just kind of similar looking. It has nothing to do with Seatown, but it is a gunfight map. And that appears to be brand new. I don't think this is from any particular part of the Warzone map or anything, so that's super cool to see. We also have Black Site, which kind of carries over a lot of the aesthetics and everything from the Turok map in 6v6, and then obviously that specific part of the Warzone map and everything like that. But you kind of get it in the desert, right? Kind of a compound. Looks pretty cool. I'm gonna, be honest with you guys, excited to play on that. They also have a slightly modified version of Shipment, it looks like some of the corridors are maybe a little more smashed together. It is possible it's the exact same map. I'm not entirely sure, just from the angle that they show. Looks like maybe some of the crates are a little bit closer to each other than before to create a little bit different sight lines and everything. And then finally Exhibit, which oddly enough they don't show a picture of, but we did see the key art for it, and it looks like it's just a piece of the Valderus Museum. Again, super pumped to have 4 of these at launch. Hopefully that expands out to maybe 5 or 10 here in the next coming seasons, just to give a little bit of variety and everything like that. They also say that OSP variant will be coming in season, which basically is you'll have to grab weapons and equipment spread out across the map instead of just, getting a random loadout every match. So that will be a kind of variant on the mode that will be released within the season. So next up, obviously, they talk about the 3 new core 6v6 maps and the 2 battle maps. Obviously, we have Paleo's Lighthouse, which was teased in a trailer, and everyone can kind of tell the main building is actually seemingly pretty similar, if not identical, to the estate building from the map Estate. Now, it doesn't look like the map itself is modeled after Estate. There might be key elements here and there that resemble the Estate map, but overall, it looks like at the very least they have modeled the main building, the main house, so to speak, after that. So that's a really cool callback. I don't think they've ever done that before in a map, where they just took a piece or a chunk of the map and moved it into a brand new 6v6 experience. And I think some of the walkways are even similar too. So it's not a one-to-one recreation, but it kind of has the same feel of Estate. So I'm super, super pumped to hop in there and check out that map. I'm really kind of hoping this is a good one, because I'm really excited for that. Next up is kind of a perplexing one, and that is Black Gold, which is, again, a core 6v6 map, but it's set at nighttime. So it says it will be the first iteration of night operations in Modern Warfare 2. Operators will have to use their night vision goggles, thermal optics, or use the available light sources to their advantage. So I'm not sure if that'll be mixed in with normal 6v6. Maybe it says somewhere else in this blog post, but I am excited to see, at the very least, how that pans out. I didn't play the nighttime mode back in 2019, so I have no thoughts, positive or negative on that, but at the very least, it'll be very interesting. And it's a brand new map. So whether or not it's taken from part of the Warzone map, whatever the case may be, it's not another remaster. So, they heard our concerns, especially, people like me in the last couple of seasons, and they're looking to rectify that. So obviously at launch as well, we will also get Rohan Oil, which is just a piece of the Warzone map chunked up for the battle mode. So invasion, ground war, stuff like that. Not too much else to say about that. Just super excited. We're getting a little more variety in that playlist. And then Satik Cave Complex, which the main point of interest is obviously going to be Afghan. A lot of people thought we were going to be getting Afghan in this season, and I'm kind of still holding out hope for it just because of how they showed it off during the trailer for this season. But yeah, basically at this time, it's just the battle map, but I'm really, really, really holding out hope that maybe we get a surprise remaster map, mid-season or whatever, and it happens to be Afghan, one of my favorite maps from Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009 rather. And then obviously, in the season, usually season 3 reloaded is what I'm expecting here. We will be getting Oberon Hatchery, which is basically, it looks like, modeled after the fish hatchery portion of the one sniper mission in the campaign. So super cool aesthetic. I love that kind of area and everything. So hopefully the map plays nice, but at least at this juncture, it's another brand new map. It adds variety to the game. It's, beefing out the overall experience. So I'm super happy. Even if the map sucks whenever I finally get to play it here in a month or two, at the very least, they tried and they gave us something that wasn't just a rehash. So big departure from the first 2 seasons, and I'm here for it, honestly. They also go on to say that they'll be adding, obviously, new game modes like Cranked, Face Off, which is just 3v3 respawn on the gunfight maps, and then Ground War Infected are coming. So Cranked, obviously, the thing where, you die if you don't get another kill within a specific amount of time, stuff like that. Really cool frenetic gameplay. I used to play it back in the day and enjoyed it, so I'll probably jump in once or twice on this game as well. Face Off, I'm really excited for. That's kind of, small maps, 3v3, but it's basically normal multiplayer, just tiny maps and half the team size. So super cool. Really enjoyed that back in Modern Warfare 3 and the variant that they put into Modern Warfare 2019 as well. So excited for that. Ground War Infected, I know a lot of people are pumped for that. Myself personally, probably not going to play it. Not a huge fan of the infected modes, but super cool that they are adding that. And obviously that's just infected with a shit ton more people on a battle map, essentially. There's also new ranked play rewards. So, not going to go into detail on all of that, but there is brand new rewards for the ranked season. Obviously, the season will reset, I think, and everybody will have to re-rank up and whatever throughout the Season 3 ranked play. And this is kind of not mentioned here. But I do know the Treyarch tweeted out that they're making it a little more reasonable in terms of who you face, right? So if you're a bronze 2, currently the way it is, I think skill-based matchmaking kicks in, and then it ends up putting you with plats or diamonds anyway, because it's like you're on the same skill level as these people, but you're never able to rank up that way. And it always feels like you're fighting an uphill battle and stuff like that. So they're trying to kind of bring that closer together. And if you're a bronze, you're going to be facing bronze and silver and stuff like that, keeping it a little more realistic. And again, they talk about some of the rewards. We won't talk about those here. It does say about, obviously, mid-season, we get that new core map, a new Spec Ops mission, and Raid Episode 3. So I haven't played any of the raids. I really want to. I probably will at some point. I hear they're actually pretty good. So Episode 3 will kind of further continue the story, and it'll be super cool to see that. Moving into Warzone 2.0. Obviously, I don't play Warzone 2.0, so I'm just going to kind of fly through these as quick as I can, hit the major points for those of you watching that might still play that. But just know I won't really care about any of this because I personally will not be playing it. They will be doing Massive Resurgence, which just sounds like Resurgence, but with the full 150 players on the big map. Plunder is coming back. They say a host of new features such as redeployed drones, tempered plate carriers, perk packages, UAV towers, stuff like that. Again, if you want more info, check out the blog post. I'm just going to kind of fly through these. They also mentioned that DMZ reaches a new level, so there's going to be a barter system that will be coming, a brand new faction, a contraband workbench, different things like that. I might cover more of those changes in depth because I do want to get back into DMZ. I haven't played in a while, but I do want to get back into it. Super fun game mode, so looking forward to seeing some of these changes. And then obviously one of the big ones that everyone's super excited for is ranked play will be coming to Warzone 2.0. So kind of the same ranked system for multiplayer will be ported over to Warzone 2.0. So all of you sweaties that love, snorting some G Fuel and getting at it in Warzone 2.0, you now can get a ranked emblem to go with that. So good luck to anyone who enjoys that. Sounds like some great stuff is coming. And to be honest, for once, it almost sounds like there's a little bit of parity between, the content that they're bringing to 6v6 and the content that they're trying to bring to Warzone, right? It's not super lopsided. So I'm hoping that this is a nice course correction and goes like this going forward, right? The Warzone community is happy because they're getting a decent amount of stuff, but those like myself who pretty much only play core multiplayer also still get a bunch of content, right? Obviously, we haven't even talked about the guns just yet. Oddly enough, they have not mentioned that just yet. But, we'll also be getting brand new weapons and things like that. But obviously, they also go on to mention that Alejandro and Valeria are our new operators. And super happy about that. Obviously, I've joked several times on Twitter, if you follow me there on Twitter, that I would love to see our cartel mommy Valeria come back to the game. So she will be there. I think they're both in the Battle Pass, it sounds like, and everyone loves Alejandro. I think he's a great new addition to Task Force 141. So obviously 2 new players to do there. There will also be the brand new legendary sniper rifle, the intervention from Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. So everyone's super happy about that. I hate sniping. I'm not going to lie to you. The old games, I didn't mind it too much with the new physics. I don't like the new sniping, but I am over the moon that they finally put this back into a Call of Duty game. And I think it was in Infinite Warfare, but we don't talk about that game. So super happy to see that as well. And also there's more weapons arriving in season, and there will be a new battle rifle as well. It looks like a bullpup style rifle as well that will be coming. Again, you can see that. I'll be flashing the roadmap up on screen as well. And also the next part is kind of the controversial part, which is Black Cell, which is a premium battle pass. So to wrap you guys' heads around this, obviously we have the battle pass, which is 100 tiers, or in this case it's like the weird map that you unlock, whatever, and some of those tiers are free. So you can pay zero money, zero COD points, zero anything, just play through, and you get a bunch of free rewards. Now, usually they're pretty shitty outside of the battle pass weapons, which they thankfully have kept free. But, usually you just get kind of a crappy sticker here or there, or maybe a free variant if they are feeling generous. And then there's the $10 battle pass, which I've been doing pretty much since the start of Modern Warfare 2019, just because I can use the COD points from the previous season's battle pass to buy the next season's battle pass. And I think I maybe physically bought the coins for it once or twice in the 2 full years of content that I've used. So it's a pretty good system in my opinion in terms of monetary value, but that typically gets you everything else, assuming that you grind long enough in that 100 tier battle pass, and whatever's in that battle pass is yours. And before, there was like another little bundle that you could buy for I think like $20 or $25 that also gave you a couple tier skips and usually maybe another little thing on the side that didn't really matter. But now they've swapped out that $25 option for a $30 option called the Black Cell. And essentially the way that it sounds like, and again, there's more details listed in the blog posts and I'm sure via tweets and everything else, but it sounds like a premium battle pass wherein you'll get a bunch of other skins, probably the coolest skins that you'll be able to get in the game, if I'm to be honest, because they want to push everyone to get it. And then you'll get little pockets of extra rewards. So it's almost like extra tiers to the battle pass that you wouldn't get otherwise for the $10 offering. Now, myself, I'm leaning towards not getting it because it seems really egregious, right? We're already paying $70 for the game, which is up from the normal $60, which is fine. I get it. Inflation, the new costs of game manufacturing and development and research and whatever, I get it going to 70. But regardless, we're paying more money now at $70. And then they're gouging us all the time for these battle passes, which again, to me, doesn't matter because I earn the currency enough to buy the next one anyways. So it's not like I whip out my credit card every 2 months to buy the next season's battle pass. And now, though, they're adding another level to it. And I know that there was always that $25 bundle that I talked about before, but it always definitely just seemed as like, hey, if you have extra money, you can speed this up by getting your first 20 tiers free or whatever, right? It was always just, it felt very, very, very voluntary. You didn't need it, whatever. You weren't missing out on anything if you didn't get it. But now there's an even more expensive version of that essentially adds more tiers, more content to the battle pass that you wouldn't have otherwise. And I gotta say, it's it's super, super annoying. And, it's one of those things that, like, to what level can they continue to monetize the game? It's bad enough, again, you pay $70, then there's $25 packs in the store, $40 packs in the store. I mean, microtransactions are no longer micro. They are macro levels. I mean, for the cost that it would, the price that it would cost you to go out to maybe get dinner for a night or, lunch for a couple days, is now all you're getting is like a skin, or in this case, a couple extra tiers to a battle pass, right? And the overall cost just keeps going up and going up. And I'm wondering how far we'll go until we hit a breaking point wherein consumers finally say enough is enough, right? We have other AAA games that, charge maybe $2 to $5 or $10 max for certain cosmetics, keeping it kind of in that microtransaction, tier, right? Call of Duty just said, F it. And they are going full out, and this Black Cell thing is just even worse. Maybe I might do another video later on that, goes a little more in depth, but, for lack of time and everything like that, we'll just call it basically another horrible money-making scheme. And I know you get quote-unquote a good value for it, but again, it's pushing you to try to spend another $30. And it's not great. So once more, we'll just kind of go over the season pass here to see if I missed anything. As always, the full blog post with much more information than I was able to cover in this video will be linked below. But yeah, so we get 2 weapons, and it looks like another machine pistol in season. Looks kind of like the Tech 9. So we get a sniper rifle, a battle rifle called the Cronin Squall. We didn't name it earlier when I was going through that. We get 3 new 6v6 maps, 2 new battle maps, gunfight mode as a whole, 4 maps for that. And then, obviously a couple game modes, stuff like that. There's going to be a new co op spec ops mission, a new raid episode, obviously a whole shit ton of new bundles and stuff like that. A new premium battle pass tier, another camo challenge event, which I did not mention earlier, but I think will be super cool. Kind of like the cherry blossom camo from this season. So another kind of event like that within season, which I think are really cool. And thank you so much, Infinity Ward, for those. I think that's a really nice touch. And then obviously a whole bunch of quality of life improvements and new content for Warzone 2.0 and DMZ and stuff like that. Maybe we'll cover that in another video later, but again, I don't really play those modes, so for me, covering this game, I really want to get into the multiplayer side of things because that's what I play every single week. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, obviously there might have been some stuff I forget, so make sure to head on over, check out that blog post, and as always, check out the patch notes once the update goes live on Wednesday, the 12th of April, here in the States. And yeah, other than that, I'll be playing that throughout the week, guys. I might be streaming this over on Twitch, so as always, check out the link to my Twitch in the description below. And yeah, I'll try to get out a first impressions for you on some of these maps, stuff like that. So definitely make sure you are subscribed for all those videos coming down the pipeline. So before I sign off, guys, I just want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Do you think this is a nice content offering? Do you like the fact that they're giving us multiplayer fans a little more meat on the bones this time around? And yeah, just what are your general thoughts for this season 3 content? So other than that, guys, this has been Crunchy Frog. Until the next time, have a good one.